The teaching of evolution has produced brush fires of controversy across the country, threatening science teachers, teaching standards, and the future of our children's education.
That's where we come in. At the National Center for Science Education, we help those fighting these brush fires to put them out. We're sort of the people who hand out the fire extinguishers. In Dover, for example, we helped to prove that the so-called new science of intelligent design was really creationism.
In 2004, the Dover, Pennsylvania School Board was trying to push an intelligent design textbook into the science classrooms. Angry parents and teachers decided they had to stop it and sued the school board. They contacted us, the National Center for Science Education, in order to help prepare their case. We knew that the textbook of Pandas and People was simply creationism in disguise, but the question was, how could we prove it? We started excavating through the history of the book, and it turns out that Of Pandas and People actually has a very interesting evolution of its own. The first piece of evidence we found was in a 1981 Christian student newspaper. In it, it announced that a creation science textbook was about to be published by the same man who would later publish Of Pandas and People. However, we found even more proof of the link between this creation science textbook and the intelligent design book in the form of two drafts of the book.
Proof came by comparing two drafts of the very same book. One version said creation means that various forms of life began abruptly through the agency of an intelligent creator. A later version said intelligent design means that various forms of life began abruptly through an intelligent agency.
Same definition in both, but they replaced the creationist language with intelligent design. And the reason why they made that change was because the Supreme Court had declared in that same year that teaching creationism in the public schools was unconstitutional. It was clear to us that the reason they made that change was to bypass the court's ruling.
What's clear is that the editors of these versions simply changed the language to bypass the Supreme Court decision. On one page, we found a very peculiar word, C-design proponentist, and unfortunately for them, the word C-design proponentist was the missing link and proof that intelligent design is no more than creationism in disguise. The judge in the Dover trial was convinced as well, and ruled that intelligent design had no place in the science classroom.
Intelligent design is just creationism in disguise. In Kansas, NCSE would face a different problem. There, the school board voted to delete evolution from the curriculum.
We helped the local citizens in Kansas in a number of ways. We helped them with wording for some of the statements that they wanted to make. We helped them with websites. We helped put them in touch with allies within the state as well as outside of the state. We helped them in every way we could think of so that they would be more likely to have a positive outcome.
The next time an election came around, the creationists lost their majority on the board, and the true science standards were reinstated.
But having the science standards reinstated doesn't mean that the debate is over.
From coast to coast, the teaching of evolution has been challenged. In 2003, in Austin, Texas, young Eric Hillis stood up to oppose the insertion of creationism in a biology textbook.
I just felt like I had a stake in this. I mean, if we couldn't learn real science because of a board member's personal opinion, then we would be handicapped. And I didn't think that science should be based on somebody's religion.
If we're going to have good science education now and in the future, we have to support people like Eric, people like the citizens of Dover, people like the citizens in Kansas. We have to put out those brush fires around the country. And NCSE is going to be there until the last fire is out.